Heroes, I hope they remember you.
Okay, I waited way too late to start this video, so now I have to turn that light on, and you know how much I hate this light. I like more natural lighting, especially for videos, because, you know, this is my only light in here, and it's just too bright. And my only option right now, because of the time where I chose to do this video, is this blinding light, or just complete and total darkness, you know. And I don't think that's not good for a video now, is it? So for now, we're just gonna have to deal with this terrible lighting. So yeah, I was looking through some comics a few days ago, and I realized that comics are weird. That's a saying I hear used a lot of times in the context of talking about comics. And I thought, you know what? Since comics are weird, why don't we just do a little series on, you know, some weird comics out there? And I know I'm hesitant to use the word series because you know how I am with series. I want to be clear. I want to be clear from episode 1. I am not strictly just a comic channel. I do other content. Please don't come to this channel just for this series. That's why I don't intend to make this a regular series, you know, just once in a while. I don't want a repeat of Transformers lore. Dear God. But yeah, comics are weird, so I thought, I have my little comic reader on here, and I thought I'd do a little story for you guys. This is the Batman annual, the 4th Batman annual that came out in like 1960 something. Future Primus, put the name and date of the story in front of me right now, please. Thank you very much. You are an awesome dude. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. Many a hardened criminal has sought the true identity of Batman, but it was a young, freckle-faced boy who came closer than all these schemers of the underworld to expose Bruce Wayne in his role of the masked crime fighter. Indeed, Batman finds himself with a handful of teenage trouble when he takes on the second boy wonder. Not to be confused with Jason Todd. You know, you have all those people who do comic stuff on YouTube, like, list of all the Robins. I bet they didn't include Mr. Freckles here. Why, you're not Robin. Who are you? And what's happened to Robin? Ha ha! See if you can guess my identity, Batman, the way I guessed yours. Bruce Wayne! So, you know, we're starting off pretty strong with this. So let's like do that freeze frame and ask the question. I bet you're wondering how I got into this situation. So we start with Batman and Robin, and they're driving home to the Batcave after a mission with a dude called Gorilla Hardy. And interestingly enough, if you heard the name Gorilla Hardy in a comic today, you'd expect a giant gorilla like Gorilla Grodd. But kudos to the Silver Age, they have a dude called Gorilla who isn't actually a gorilla. So I guess Silver Age comics really were the most realistic. Nice going, Robin. I'm sorry, I'm thrown off by the phrase "nice going" because I don't think I've ever heard the phrase "nice going" in a positive sense. It's more like "nice going, you dingbat." Gee, nice going, Robin. If you hadn't arrived in time to grab Gorilla Hardy from the rear, he would have shot me. This is a suicidal Batman. But yeah, it's Batman and Robin just talking as they go home. They go into the cave and Robin's like, I'll switch on the light. Quickly, Batman removes his famous costume. Say, you haven't even started changing. What's holding you up, Robin? Oh, just a little surprise I'm planning for you. As the boy wonder removes his mask. What? Why, you're not Robin. You mean I'm not Dick Grayson, the first boy who played the role of Robin. Okay, so we have questions here already. So obviously, just a few scenes before, Batman and Robin were just talking just fine in the car ride home. If this guy, Batman should recognize Robin's voice, right? He should recognize Dick Grayson's voice. So what did Freckle Boy here do does he just have perfect voice disguise stuff? This is crazy. Who are you? How did you get that costume? Just call me Freddy. I'm glad comic writers in this time period spent a lot of time fleshing out new characters. You know, characters that survive even to this day. Like, I remember when I last picked up Batman and Freddy popped up. Robin, Dick that is, was injured in his fight with Gorilla's men. He staggered to my house for help. Robin was supposed to meet you, and he knew you might need him. So after I bandaged his wound, he gave me this costume and asked me to replace him. So Dick Grayson just sees Dick Grayson's entering a random person's house and saying, yo, be Robin for me, bro. And Alfred pops up and is like, oh no. Tell me, Freddy, if you're not Robin, how are you able to swing in on that window curtain and grab the gorilla? That was easy. You see, I'm Fred Lloyd, the son of Hank Lloyd, the Olympic decathlon champion. From the time I was 5 years old, Dad trained me throwing jab. So I'm just a plot device. I have all this plot convenient training. You see, it was fate that brought Robin to my door. I'm probably the only other boy who could do his stunts. Well, that's convenient. But alas, the bat signal pops up and ruins this meeting of true poets. And Batman's like, alright, I gotta go. And Freddy is like, you know what, I'm coming with you. And if you don't let me go with you, I'll tell the world who you are. And then Alfred says, good grief, which, you know what, Alfred, I like. You know, that reaction's my reaction for this issue. So apparently the gorilla... Why isn't my screen responding? Okay, there we go. Apparently the gorilla escaped while he was being transported to prison and is now in some funhouse place. So Batman and Robin go to apprehend him. Upon reaching the colorful amusement park, we got the gorilla and two of his men trapped in this house of mirrors, but we can't open fire without endangering innocent people. Alright, Captain. Robin. You just said his whole name, Batman. You can't just say Robin. That police dude's like, oh my god, I know Robin's real name. Batman, if you were so bad at keeping people's secrets, then how have you kept your secret this whole time? Well, I guess you haven't now, have you? You know, that police dude's like, alright, I know that Robin's name is Fred. I can do some work, do some research to find people who have a son or a ward named Fred, and, you know, have the resources to become Batman. So he's looking through all the billionaires of Gotham City trying to find which one has a Fred. And he's just, you know, paranoid. So they go into the funhouse mirror place. They fight the gorilla, who doesn't look like a gorilla, but's kind of close. If my screen would respond to me, that'd be cool. So they beat up the gorilla, they go home, and Freddy's like, well, Batman, now I guess you'll want to run over to my house and pick up the real Robin, eh? No hurry, Freddy. You proved tonight that you're as good a crime fighter as Dick, right, Alfred? Quite so, Mr. Wayne. Master Freddy has proved himself a true match for Master Dick. So, you know, Bruce is like, screw Robin, am I right? Oh, but something's up with Freddy. He looks upset. What? Is that all they can say? Gulp, after all these years? A fine pair you two turned out to be, selling out your best friend first chance you get. But Freddy, we were only stating what's true. Screw Dick Grayson. With an angry yank of the hand, Freddy whips off a rubber face mask to reveal Dick. Yes, it's me, the real Robin. I wanted to see if I was as good as you at disguises, Bruce, and it worked. I had you both fooled. Let's break this down. Dick Grayson, this entire time, is wearing a rubber mask over his own face. And by the looks of it, the rubber mask also had Robin's mask, so he's like wearing two masks at once. Thank God underneath the rubber mask he doesn't have another Robin mask, sort of like how Jason Todd still wore the Domino mask, even when he was Red Hood. But, so... clearly he must have not been disguising his voice at the beginning, which makes sense. So when he pulled off his Robin mask and revealed that he was Freddy, which, by the way, that means that Batman can't differentiate between a person with a rubber mask wearing a Domino mask and a person's actual face wearing the Domino mask. So that's another problem for Batman. Batman just accepts that Freddy just changed his voice entirely. Okay. But anyway, back to the story. Batman is like, ha ha ha, ho ho, so that was the reason? What's so funny? Wait a minute, you two knew I was I all along, didn't you? Yes, Dick, I knew it was you under this mask from the start. But how? The disguise was perfect. Instead of saying, because I can tell you're wearing a rubber mask, or because your voice sounded just like Dick Grayson when we were driving in, he says, you walked over to the light switch in pitch dark and nobody who except for Robin would know how to do that. Yeah, Bruce, you truly are the greatest detective. Also, if he knew it was Dick Grayson to begin with, why'd he slip up and say Fred to that police officer dude? That's like, is he getting so into the story that Robin is Freddy that he wanted to trick Robin, and then there's just so many logic loops going on here. Does Bruce just see Dick Grayson as a Freddy in his mind anyway, and that's why he slipped up and said it? Of course, you could just say, Batman just doesn't like Robin, and just, is okay with Freddy. And then when Robin is all offended, he's like, oh, don't be all offended, bruh. I knew it was you all along. Yeah, that's it. So I tipped off Alfred with a wink, and we let you continue your game to teach you a lesson. How dare you try to practice your skills at disguises? What do you think I'm training you to be, a crime fighter? And I sure learned it. You can't beat the master of disguise at his own game, eh, Batman? Yeah, Batman, I will live my life forever in your shadow and never strive to overpass you in skill in any way, shape, or form. That way, I might die. Or if I decide to quit and go to college, the next person you train in this position will die. Comics are weird. What's on the next page? This is an annual, there's multiple stories, let's just flip the page. Yep, nope, Batman's dressed as Starman, that's enough for me. So, that weird story of circle loops, of jumps and logic, I hope you guys found it interesting. If you have any weird comics you want me to try to talk about, leave it in the description. Let me know what you think about the concept of this series. I hope it was entertaining to some extent. Hey, by the way, join the Discord server. The Discord server isn't hopping as it used to be. We need more fools up in here. Come in here, there's a meme channel. Post your dankest memes. That's the competition for today. That's your homework. Get in here, post the memes, and I can survive. I feed off the memes, you see. But thank you guys for watching. Yeah, comics are weird. Get out of here.